Going on, everybody? ProTrader Mike, founder of MOJO Day Trading. Let me shut the mic that. How's everybody doing today? Had a little technical issue, so I just wanted to make sure everything was perfect for the show. And I got Kadel on, and first time he's connecting to technology with the live stream. He's a master IT guy, and we got some issues, but we got it all fixed. As my overlay, pa-ching. What a day. We're going to show you today trading futures. I left $100,000 on the table. I've been trading a sim account from $500,000 after I'm done for the day. Instead of leaving, I'm trading that sim, made 100 grand, 100 grand, 100 grand. 3 days in a row. Today I stopped at $22 and like 5. It's $22.70 on SQQ right now. Look at this move, dudes, on the 15-minute in the rail grind right here, right through 2150, broke, pa-ching, right up there. What a day. Kadel nailed it. We all nailed it. So in this show today, we're going to discuss trading, discuss futures. I think I wrote a couple of did I write a couple of questions down? Yeah, I wrote a couple of questions down. And without further ado, let's bring on Kadel and let's chat. There he is. He's got the ProTrader Kadel. There's his name next to mine. And let's move this baby up there like this. And there we go. Let's get rid of my screen share for right now. What's going on, Mr. Kadel? How you doing?
Afternoon, Mike. Thanks for having me. What a day. Today has been profitable, to say the least.
What a day, huh?
Yep.
It's a great thing. We're going to share our screens. We're going to show you what we've done and what's happening and how you all can do it too, because there's nothing extra special about us. We're just sitting here at the table. You guys could sit at the table too, for sure. So Kadel, a little bit, people know about me because I made 2,000 of these live streams over 10 years, but we don't know who you are. You're with the MOJO Day Trading team. Whew, look at that SQQ just made an Kadel 76. I may do that a couple times during the show. But yeah, how old are you? How long have you been trading? Why don't you tell people who you are and how'd you find MOJO Day Trading and your experience?
Sure. So 38. Didn't start trading till about a year and a half ago or so. Kind of got in when people were really getting mainstream on things like GameStop, and it was big news, and just hadn't really touched stuff in a really long time, based on just never being good at it. Started doing equities, playing stocks, things like that. Some success, some failures. It's probably part of the 90% that fail at that point. Last December, started looking at futures. Somebody pointed to Apex. I looked at what they were doing. They were doing some crazy sale over Christmas for like 90% off. So I jumped on that and started learning futures. And shortly thereafter, found MOJO Day Trading. I don't remember if I found it on YouTube from one of Mike's instructional videos, or if it was the not affiliate link, but coaches section of the Apex site. The MOJO Day Trading organization is like a partner or a trusted coaching provider there. So either way, probably joined MOJO about I want to say it was February or thereabouts, probably somewhere close to February, and just learned the way Mike does it. Learned the powers of micros and not blowing your account trading the minis, which can very easily go against you. Scaling in slow, repositioning your account, not going overboard. I think maybe the first video that I saw was that loss limit, how to enable loss limits in Rhythmic.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a good one. Saved accounts, saving accounts every day with that one video.
Yeah, I'm going to share my screen here. Let's show this is what you were talking about. This is how he found me, guys. Through Apex Trader Funding. Now, I know you guys know who Apex is, right? Well, that's my dashboard. Let me show you the firm, actually. Apex Trader Funding. So here's the site right here. And I think it's in Tools.
Should be. I think
Scroll
it's over
down.
at the
There I am
bottom.
on the bottom. I coaching traders and mentoring traders. I figured out doing this about 1.5 years how to pass these evaluations and get into the funding stage. And once you're in the funding stage, we all know what to do there, because it's like, you're in the game. You're not going to be, the coach ain't putting you in the game unless you could play ball. So once you're in the game, you shouldn't be told how to play. You should know how to play. And that's it. It's all up to you whether what you do from that point on. It's good to have a coach and a mentor to share ideas and trade together with. And when you're down, show you losses, and they try to pick you up and, make you feel a little bit better. And when you're winning, it's great because you're sharing and everybody's winning. And, that's a little bit about that, how he found me on Apex. What's your experience with Apex? How do you like them compared to, because we're with a couple of firms, EarnMax, Apex, Lilo. How do you like Apex compared to the rest? What do you like about them?
So, love, probably the thing I love about Apex the most, and it's maybe a little bit biased because I've spent the most time understanding their rules and accounts. But I feel like it's transparent. I feel like I understand and can accurately predict. I'm not going to blow an account unexpectedly. I know where all the stops are. I shouldn't blow an account anyway, but definitely it's frustrating when you get an account and you didn't understand a rule and you just spent money on it, and then you screw something up and you thought you were good, and then you realize your account doesn't exist anymore. So I feel like I understand it. It seems transparent now. I understand their drawdown. I don't necessarily like a drawdown based off your highest profit, but that's kind of standard, or your highest account value at any given moment. But it's pretty standard for these guys. Their 10-day payout is great. Once you have a live account, once you're over your minimum balance and you have 10 traded days, you can request a payout. A lot of other companies have a much longer wait time. 30 traded days, which basically a month and a half or 2 months, depending on if you get in a decent trade every day. They're pretty good, and their prices are good, and they're equal ratio, which I'm seeing more companies adopt. You'll get a 50K account, you can trade 10 minis, you can trade 100 micros.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of other companies, their 50K account is like you can trade 6 minis or like 27 micros. It's a weird, I don't know where they come up with these numbers, but
what do you think about their dashboard? Here's a snapshot of my dashboard. It shows I just passed these 7 right here. It shows you that you passed. It gives you like this graph right at the end. It shows I passed. I just had to activate those. I have new PAs. Those are 50s. I have a right here a 208 up 8 grand on a 250. I have to go 7 more grand on that one, and mostly I have the 50s. What kind of accounts are your predominant ones that you trade?
So everything I have with Apex is 50. I've got 7 Lilus, 5 of which are 50s and 2 are 150s. I've got a U Profit that is a 150. But it's their special 150 Freedom, which we can certainly talk about. It plays by different rules, which frustrated me at first, but I think I like it. I think there's a good use case for it. And they have an insane payout. So we can definitely jump into that if you want. But I like Apex's dashboard. I consider it the standard. Essentially, if you're not at least a dashboard this good, it's not an amazing dashboard, but if you're not at least this good, you're behind. Like Lilu, dashboard sucks.
There is no dashboard.
Exactly, right? You go in there and you're like, what's my account balance? Well, go check the app. How many days have I traded? Go check the app. and it's just it's not great. But something
You
like
know,
a Tradevate, I would
yeah.
say, is a market leader. That's an
Yeah.
amazing dashboard.
To everybody coming in, and that's a screen right there. Let me bring it. To everybody coming into the space, it's like ice cream, ooh, it tastes so good. I'm in this like, ooh, like buzz from, eating the great ice cream and stuff with the prop firms and getting the evaluation, passing your first PA account. But I've been doing it for almost 2 years. So I've eaten a lot of ice cream. Okay. So it's not about that for me. It's about the payout. This is the inherent limitation of the prop trading business. Yes, they give you a cheap way in, inexpensive. Yes, they give you the opportunity to trade of a lifetime, but the traders that make it are A personalities. We don't like to lose, and they all know that, and it kind of makes it hard to get paid because, like with Lilo, they made it 25 days. Once you pass, you got to trade 25 days. And if you look at your calendar and you add up 25 days, and let's say I start June 1st, 25 days, I'm not getting paid in June. I have to wait to the end of July to request a payout and then get paid August 1st. And that's a pretty long time. And they only give you a tiny little bit of the money on the pay because they know the more time that goes by, you may F it up and they'll never have to pay you that money, but they'll collect a lot of fees. That's Lilo's side. They figure, why not make it 15 days? So at least if I start in June, I can get paid at the end of the month, and I try to squeeze in 15 days or something like that. So they really figured out the 25 days is to screw the trader. Apex used to be like that when I started, but now they've switched to you can get twice per month a withdrawal, and you can withdraw your money once per month, no problem. So you trade 10 days, you withdraw your funds. They limit you as well for the first 3 months because they know the odds are you're going to screw it up as well. Kadel has already been paid from these firms as well. What's your experience getting paid, Kadel? You've been paid from these firms? Are they real?
So I've been paid from Apex. I've not gotten paid from anyone else. My 7 Lilus are all on day 4 or 5. I'm on PA number 26, I think. With I think that's my highest number on Apex. So I've gotten one payout from them back in February, and then I basically focused on getting PAs and not really working towards a payout. I'm really working towards a payout now, as I have 10 active PAs with Apex right now, and I need to start showing profit for basically making this pay for itself.
Yes.
So that's really my goal this month, next month.
What's the tip you can give traders out there? Your number one tip for making it to that goal, that outcome goal, which you just mentioned, to start having the accounts pay for themselves. That's your outcome goal. What's your process goal to do that?
So, number one, put those loss limits on your account and trade micros. Those would be my two biggest things. If you're trading minis, one, there's always going to be a little slippage, no matter what you set your loss limit to. If the market moves real quick, expect to be $100 or $200 off of whatever your loss limit is. So if you've got
what is your stop loss on a 50K account on Rhythmic? I'm typing it in.
It's currently 180.
180. Why'd you pick 180? Why'd you pick 180?
Because you picked 180.
That's right. You know why I picked $180?
Not really.
Because every $200 and $300 loss started at 180. And if I knock it at 180 with the commissions, it usually knocks me out and I lose $200. If I set it at 200, I lose 220 all the time. So I'm like, might as well just set it at 180. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm wrong at 180, I'm wrong at 200.
Yeah.
Yeah. And every $500 loss started at $200. 9 out of 10 at 200. Once it went to $201, went right to $500 loss. And if you didn't screw it up there, you blew your account.
Yeah. if you didn't have a stop loss there, you're just like, it's going to reverse eventually.
Yep.
That's,
The only
that's
thing that could
installed.
also save you is the micros, is trading the micros and
Yep.
scaling in from 1 to 10, meaning you go in 1, 2, like it's a poker hand. Like you see, I want to play this hand, and you have to ante or the big blind. So fine, you're in automatically for 2 little micro lots. And then that's in. Now you look at your hand, it comes to you. You have to decide, hey, this is a good hand. Do I want to not add to the micro lots and increase the size of my win? Because if I raise here and a couple of people call, the pot's going to be a lot bigger for me to win, and I want to play this hand. So that's the decision. So I'm going to add in, maybe I'll put in 5 micros to start this trade. My goal is to get up to 20 micros. That would be amazing, or even more, and then ride that thing to the end where I could sell half of them and then hold half of them. That's usually how my trades work. How do your trades work, Kadel?
Yeah. So starting small, scaling it in. We're looking for a good entry. The micros save you from misreading the good entry and actually entering in a bad spot, because you can average away kind of some of your error there. And then, if you get caught in a trend, well, maybe that's your loss for the day. But more often than not, you can work your way out of most of those bad entries. But we try to focus on good entries, and most notably the Heinz, right? So your whole
Yeah, let's
dollar.
show them about that. I'm going to share
Yeah.
your screen here. Let's show them. This is Kadel's trade on the Heinz trade this morning, going through $22 on SQQ, which is, we call it the Heinz. It's going through an even number. So when SQQ, the stock, was rising through 22,
Oh, not that
he
one.
went short the NASDAQ, and he made a lot of money. Check this out.
No, this is not that one. Sorry. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I was playing with around on here. This is all sim trading right here. This is not. I don't think I have.
What
have
about
a
that
Heinz
video?
this
Oh,
morning.
that's a different one.
No, that's the open trade. I was actually long on that one.
Here, let me.
This
is the trade right here. If you see SQQ right here on my screen, folks.
Yeah, there's your 22.
Whoops. So here, the stock went right from here, 21.35 low. This was the open this morning. It dipped down, came up. As soon as it came through this line right here, I'll even put it, doesn't matter, even right there through the tippy top of that one. Doesn't even make a difference. And there it is on the VIA, 21.70, 21.80, 21.90, $22 is right here. The biggest bar on the entire chart, 22. And then she continued. I sold up in here, and it continued more. I myself, let's see. Here's the Mojo chat room. Stop my screen share. Let's see here. This is you, Kadel.
That's
Your
this
current
afternoon. Yeah, that was a short.
One contract short on NQ, $900 trade, Kadel, right there. Let me, and then we have lunch was right there. This was Mojo today, 105,000. I started at $500,000 in the sim account this week, like a week, 5 days ago, 4 days ago. It's at 830. I sold at low 22s. That thing could have like 2209. It's at 2270. That thing could be at 300,000 profit right there. Seriously, for the day. And then these are my other accounts. Thousands. This is a PA account right here, 54,000. Beautiful, getting ready for withdrawal. Here's another funded account right here, 53,000 change. And these are all PA accounts and stuff. And this is how I finished just with my Apex today, 20 accounts across the board. Just wanted to lock in a trade in the day. Like the other day, my friend who was streaming online had a great day, a great week. He said, I'm not going to trade today. I'm just going to lock in one trade and close it down just so I can get the withdrawal. And he lost, and he didn't listen to himself, and he lost 9 grand.
Jeez.
Yeah. So
Oh,
I didn't want to
man.
do that today. So I did not turn on the Apex, but I'm with Top Step. This was my Top Step, 640 today on 14.
Nice.
And Samurai done for the day, 157 in the Mojo room. We had Kenny pass today, 2 eval accounts with Apex there. And yeah, we're just banging it, man. Banging it in the Mojo room. Did you ever trade stocks before futures, Kadel?
Yeah, yeah. I earlier on in my career, I think that's where probably everyone starts, unless they're some sort of currency junkie, um, or got into the crypto space first, right? So I started in stocks. Probably the most stock I ever owned was the 401k at my company when they give you shares and stuff like that, or your employee stock purchasing program.
Yeah.
But I basically transferred that into a Weeble and tried to play the market. I did okay. I got the down payment for a Ram 1500 that
Oh,
I got
nice.
myself later.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I was profitable one year. I was not profitable, but I was close to break even the next. It's
So what about the
just,
futures? What do you think of the futures compared to
oh my
that? What
gosh.
would you tell?
One, there's no PDT, which is kind of the
Plus.
guardrails for people in stocks. It's a
Mm-hmm.
double-edged sword, right? It's good that it keeps you from trading so much that you lose all your money. Not that you can't just straight up lose all your money, even below the $25,000 limit. But that's what they say it was designed for, whether I believe it or not. In futures, there's no PDT, so that means I could take an account $200-300 at Tradeovate, and I can trade it as much as I want until I have no money left. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I can capitalize on small moves over and over and over and build that up to a large sum of money. Or I can go to a prop firm and they can give me a large sum of money and I can trade with a bit bigger size and turn it into more money. Or, lose it and lose my, 5 Starbucks coffee, size
Yeah.
investment. So
I know for like
futures are way
couple
better.
of things at Starbucks, you can go in and get a funded account. I give the people an analogy. It's like going into the casino. They like know, they'll test you. You give them $100 and they give you $10,000 worth of chips. And if you lose $1,000 worth of chips, you're done, but it only costs you $100. You're like, okay. But if you win off the $10,000 in chips, you actually get to like keep it. It's like the greatest thing in the world. And that world hopefully one day would happen, but it doesn't happen. But it is happening in trading as a good analogy. You go in with $50 and they give you a $50,000 trading account. And that's it. You're not responsible for one penny of the loss. Only thing is the $50 you're risking in your time. And in retrospect, the time is a bitch, man. Because if you mess up, it's easy. You don't think it's like real money, and you like risk it. I can go reset for another $50, another $30, and just get me another $250,000 account. Screw it, and that seems to be the nemesis. Is not taking
The
it
mental game is
seriously
huge.
is
There's
huge.
a couple of factors, right? People say, trade like a robot. Don't put your emotions in it. Don't, and all of that I think screams at people who get into it, they FOMO, they go all in, they full port, and they lose because
Yeah.
most of the time, the game is slanted against you. Just like at the casino, there's a higher chance of you blowing your account than passing your account. And that's how companies like prop firms make their money. But that's 100% okay. We enter that knowing that we're at
We
a
love that
small
opportunity.
disadvantage.
We love that
Exactly.
opportunity. Years ago, I actually when I started this business and I've been trading for 30 years, I've never had not a spoon fed kind of guy. I don't have hundreds of grand ever in the market. One time I did, but then I screwed it up like everyone else. Dude, I used to bang on the door and say, look, let me trade. I'll show you what I could do. And, if I do good, you can, hook me up and, keep most of the profits. They're like, we don't do that. But that opportunity would have been incredible back then. But now it's really available, man, for the average person to make a great living, man, doing this prop trading. It's really an incredible opportunity if you know how to do it right.
And if you have, I would say, if you don't need it, right? If you're thinking to yourself, everything's stable, bills are paid, I'm not paycheck to paycheck, I'm not figuring out where the next meal's coming from. You have a little bit extra on the side, right? We don't want you mortgaging your house or selling your car. If you have a couple hours a day, you want to get up early, trade it pre-market. This stuff starts at it's all night, but reasonable market conditions probably start existing somewhere after 5 p.m., maybe 7 p.m., maybe 8 p.m., depending on how early you have to be at work. Even if you're working, you can get up early and do this. You could do it at night if you get practiced at the after hours, which is just harder. It's brutal. I would much rather.
After hours is kind of brutal to trade in. Yes.
Yeah, I'd much prefer sitting in the Discord, listening to people like Mike, and getting feedback as to what the market's doing this second to make decisions. Am I short bias? Am I long bias? Are we getting up to a 22, a 23, a whole number, a mini Hines? That sort of feedback helps you go, oh, I thought I'd just take a trade. No, there should be a reason. You're in for the Hines. You're in because whatever conditions exist that indicate you should be in.
Yeah, let's talk about that Hines trade. So this is what I do and what I show everybody. In poker, guys, I have a great system. I'm an incredible poker player. But there's only one pot. We're all sitting at the table, 6 of us or 9 of us. We're all betting to win one hand. So I'm not going to tell you my secrets because you're going to know what I'm doing without even showing my cards to you and stuff. And it's a disadvantage to me. I have no edge. We're all competing for the same money. But in the stock market, it's different. SQQ, trading it through $22, I could have had 10,000 people, 20,000 people with me in on that trade. And it wouldn't have affected my money whatsoever at all. And I'm sharing the love and the joy with everyone because the thing works every time. And that's why I've run this business for 10 years, because there's not enough people that know that trade setup works on positive expectancy, which is a huge factor in any kind of trading or gambling business. Having positive expectancy, that you can make money on it too. And my question to you, Kadel, is what I have said the truth? And have you seen a Hines trade, a stock going through the even number, not work?
No. I think even the closest I ever come, because at one point I was like, okay, I'm gonna prove them wrong, right? And I think the closest I ever came was I was on one, and it hit.
I'm doing my show right now, so I gotta call you back. Goodbye.
It hit like 98 or something like that, and then it dropped, and I was like, okay, this one, I think this is going to be the Hines that I've got screenshots, I got video, and eventually it came back and went through Hines, and I was just like,
You think it's going Hines 23? It's close. It's a 70% chance. It's close today. It's up 4.5%. See, the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ moves like that, guys. Once it's up at 1%, it has a good chance of going 3 or 4%. So do the math. $22 at 5% is 1 point. So that's how you judge what could range for the day. This thing could actually go. It's 148, 7 or 8 or even 10%, because last week it fell 10% 2 days in a row.
So that's the kind of discussion that's great, right, in the Discord. Like I would say, I'm looking at it and I'm saying, okay, NQ's currently down $230, points, whatever, right? Like, we're getting closer, but are we more likely that this bounces somewhere? Is there some reason this is gonna, are we just too extended? Like the Bulls are tired, are the Bears tired? That would be the discussion in the Discord, which is why, again, accountability, having a community, having the Discord, having people you trust, talking to them while you trade. I think that's one of the big factors a lot of people miss.
Yeah, and one of the things people don't know about is a lot of these people have systems that work. Take a look at this. Let me show you. Get rid of this. All right, here's this chart. Okay, look at this. So this is the 5-minute chart. See this on the bottom right down here? This line, I'll draw it for you. All right, here's the line right here. It's 80%. This is the stochastics line. This top line right here above it is 100%. So that one's 80 and this one's 100. It can't go more than that. I like it when it's in that box between 80 to 100%. So it starts off on the 5-minute chart and you got a bunch of lots. And then the thing starts to work and you're like, I got a runner. I got a runner. I got a runner. And check it out. You switch to the 15-minute chart. And you stayed in this thing. Right here, let me show you. So it went up and it entered right here. And it exited right here. So this was the exit. That's pretty spot on, guys. Okay? So half the position is gone right there. And look, now it continues. And it breaks there. So right here, you sell another quarter of the position. You still got a runner. Now you switch to the 30-minute chart. And as long as it's still above the line, right here, as you could see, and it's way up there, it's at 80, 94% STO, it says right there. You're still in that thing. This is one of the most amazing moves that I teach the traders and that I have figured out that we utilize in the room called the rail grind. That's a good one, Kadel.
Yep.
Yeah, all right. So let's talk about, that's pretty much it. What other, Lilu, we talked about Apex. What about Earn Max? We talked about them. Earn Max is a good deal because they always have good sales.
That's true.
But they also have the 25-day payout like Lilu. So Lilu and Earn Max are in the same boat. Earn Max is better because they have better sales more often than Lilu.
Yeah. Apex probably, I would say if you ever pay full price for a prop firm account, you've done something wrong.
Yeah, you've done something wrong.
Apex is always at least 50% off. Like there's a couple days a month.
Yeah, I got the MOJO code. I have standard 50% off, but it's always save 80. So there you go. What's good about Earn Max? Earn Max has very good customer support 24/7 practically in the chat bubble on their website. They're always there. And I actually called them on the phone and they answered. Apex has no customer support. You got to email them. There's no phone. So it's like switching back and forth. One is great for this, but not good for this. The other is great for that, but not good for this. It seems like there needs to be one overall, like 5-7, 5-7, a 5-7, a 5-7. I love the 5-7, the 5-7. We can create a firm, the 5-7, bro. Fund in 5 days, paid in 7 days. That's golden.
I mean, even if it only existed to push everyone else to match it, that'd be great, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be awesome.
5-7. Fund
I
me in
will say-
5, pay me in 7.
Yeah, I will say, Apex definitely has its pros and cons. Lilu and EarnMax kind of fall in the same category of a more long-term strategy. When you get paid out from Apex, which in your more short-term, you're passed in 7. Was it 7? Was it 10? I forget. Whatever it is, you pass your eval. You have your 10 days of trading. You get your let's pray you get your payout. Then take that money, reinvest it, buy some more longer term ones, a Lilu, an EarnMax, a Top Step, whatever else out there fits the kind of thing you do, right? So you don't want to buy one that doesn't let you trade micros or doesn't let you trade many micro contracts or doesn't support, certain settings or certain instruments you're looking to trade. So each one's a little bit different. And I think that brings me not plugging, not advertising anything, but UProfit is one that's
Tell me about them. What do they do?
So UProfit, they have a bunch of accounts like everything else, and they don't have like the full micro equality, so you don't have like micro to mini, 1-to-10 ratio. But what they do that's very interesting is they have a 150 account called their Freedom account. But they only have it like when it's on sale. They don't just normally have it on their website, and there's a no drawdown on it. So you start with 150. Your minimum balance is 145,000. You hit it, you blow up, right? They also have another rule which you can very quickly make sure you're in compliance with by using a loss limit. They have a daily $2,500 loss limit. You hit 2,500, your account blows up. I didn't understand that at first. I thought it meant that they were stopping me out for the day. So I blew up one of their accounts that way, one of their evals. So I was upset about that, but very simple fix. You go into Rhythmic, you're on a $150,000 account, you set your loss limit somewhere under 2,000 because 2,500 plus slippage, you don't want to dance with that number at all. So essentially, your buffer from day one is 5,000 plus whatever you make, and so you just go. You just you make 800, now your buffer is 5,800. You make 800 the next day, now your buffer's 6,600, right? So and as soon as you get plus 5,000 in the account, you're passed in. I think it's a 7-day. No, it's a 10-day for them. And then you're live, right? And so I was playing with that one because it doesn't have that intraday drawdown, and there was also something they have called a pro drawdown on their normal accounts where they only calculate end of day, so your intraday account values don't push up you don't have to capitalize on your profits. You can let them breathe a lot more, but the 150K doesn't even have drawdown. It just has that minimum account balance and the daily loss limit. And so I've got one account of those. And I'm kind of glad I picked it up because I didn't realize the limited actually meant they were going to not offer the program. So I got one before they turned off whatever sale they were running.
Nice.
And it's been fun, 800
It's a fun
in it
ride,
yesterday.
bro.
I think it fits really well with the trading style required to do like the EarnMax bots trades, because it's got a lot more breathing room because it's a 150K account, and you're not having to capitalize. You don't have to take your profit because if you go up 3,000 and come back 3,000, suddenly you blew your account.
Hey, Kadel.
Yeah.
Something happened to my dog, dude. He jumped off the couch. My dachshund, he's crying in the other room. I gotta end the show.
Yep. Have a good one.
Like it. Thank you, man. I appreciate you being here and giving me your time. And you're a great trader and friend. And I'll see you back in the Mojo room. Peace.
Take care. Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. Thanks again. Like I said, my dog just had a little accident and stuff off the couch. So give me a subscribe and a like. I got to go take him to the vet. Bye.